Hi guys, how are you? And welcome to today's episode of Self-Esteem Stories. Today we will be discussing about albinism, which is an inherited congenital disorder, characterized by the complete or partial absence of pigment in the skin, hair, and eyes, and it is still stigmatized. Especially in African countries, albinism often comes along with ignorance and superstition. As witches consider the body parts of the albinos possess magical powers, people with albinism live with the danger of being persecuted and mutilated. A lot of sad stories out here. Join me today as we listen to one of the saddest stories our guest encountered growing up with albinism condition. Hello Mike, I know life is about second chances. I know you have to forgive people once in a while even if they sometimes did things which are unforgivable. Please introduce yourself to our audience and then take us through your story.
Thank you, Liz. My name is Mike Amona. I was born with albinism in the rural area of Moma. I was the only child who was born with this condition among my two other siblings. When people realized that my mother had given birth to an albino, they despised her. My father also moved away, leaving us with abject poverty. We were 3 children. I was the youngest. The 2 older children were given up to relatives to raise them. On the other hand, no one wanted to touch me because of the superstition that albino children cause bad fortune. On some occasions my mother would not get employment on the field because others refused to work with her, claiming that the albino child would cause the seeds not to germinate.
I am sorry to hear that. What did your mother do? Did she manage to feed you without work and support from your father?
She struggled, yes, but some days she could be allowed to work on other fields and some she will be kicked away. One time while we were walking back from the fields, my mother was carrying me on her back. A man attacked my mother with a welding panga. He wanted to kidnap me to take me for a ritual. He tried to kill me. My mother tried dodging to try and protect me. The man took multiple swings at me with his machete. On his 4th attempt, he was able to strike me, leaving a large gash on my head which bled profusely. The noise of the struggle brought others to the scene, and the assailant fled. Later on he was arrested by the police. He then admitted to cutting me with a machete, and was remanded. The attack created additional problems to my mother. Medical treatment of the wound. It was more difficult for my mom to find work, and even more increased attention on me.
What about the church, village elders or any other organization get involved in any way to try and save you?
The decision had been made by the village elders that the only way to save me from the traffickers, who were waiting to finish sacrificing me, was to fake my death and send my mother and myself into hiding. So we were hidden and the arrangements of my mother and myself to be taken to a safe environment were going on. After receiving medical care, I healed, and the organization for albinism came to my rescue. They took me to a safe environment and I was enrolled into a safe school, where the lightness of my skin did not mark me for sacrifice.
Thank God they gave you another chance. My sincere gratitude to your mom for her heroic efforts, for the way she defended you from that trafficker, and from relatives who looked down on you for your skin appearance. Hello, welcome to our channel. I would love to find out from you as a village elder what it means to be born as an albino, mostly in our African settings and beliefs. How is albino viewed as a whole in Africa?
Thank you so much, my child, for finding time to discuss about this topic. While growing up as a young man, I have been seeing all along the misconception that the albinism body parts can bring good luck, success, and easy wealth. On the other hand, they are believed to be a curse. They can bring bad luck. They were believed to be accursed because they look like ghosts. Ghosts are believed to be curses in Africa. So, whenever a woman gave birth to such a child, she had to do a ritual ceremony in order to be cleansed from that curse. Some women who gave birth to albinism children were believed to have laughed at a person with albinism. I have really seen this people suffer. But I thank God. The government has made progress. It has created awareness, and now people see them as normal people.
We have all heard the biggest challenges people with albinism face in their lives in the society with different beliefs and misconceptions. And for medical challenges, they also face challenges like the sun affecting them. It affects their eyes, the skin. Some people isolate them, but it has over the time reduced. In schools, some children are mistreated and end up dropping out of school. The situation is changing given that the government is now recognizing them as people like the rest, the only difference being the skin color. I request the government to help these young children with albinism with sponsorships, especially those from poor families.